Welcome to a special, slightly shorter deep dive today. We are looking at something pretty wild. Every year, the global economy loses like $9.6 trillion.
It's a staggering number, honestly.
And your company's management probably just calls it, I don't know, employee disengagement. But the research stack we're diving into today calls it something else entirely. They call it thermodynamic waste heat.
Exactly. We're looking at some fresh 2025 Gallup macroeconomic data, alongside this completely new framework for how we manage human effort.
And our mission today is really simple. If you are totally exhausted by soft corporate nonsense poetry, you are in the exact right place.
You mean all the talk about synergies and culture fits and, good vibes?
Oh, absolutely. All of that. Because the fundamental rule for this upcoming journey is that we don't do metaphors. We do physics.
And we really have to do physics, because the current HR model of management isn't just inefficient. It is actively hemorrhaging capital. I mean, that $9.6 trillion, that represents roughly 9% of global GDP.
Wow. That is huge. 9%.
Right. And legacy management just looks at that massive deficit and helplessly slaps the label of disengagement on it.
Well, okay, but wait, let me push back on that for a second. Because I hear that number, but isn't some of that just human nature? Sometimes people are just unmotivated, right? Why jump straight to literal physics to explain someone just dragging their feet on a Monday morning?
Well, because treating it as just some emotional malaise is really the grand illusion of modern management. In this physics-based framework we're exploring, that lost capital is irreversibly lost as actual thermodynamic waste heat.
Wait, actual heat, like literal heat?
Literally, physicists call this Anergy. It's energy that degrades into useless heat because of internal systemic friction. So let's just think about, bureaucratic gridlock or those endless email chains.
Oh, wow. So that 2-hour Zoom meeting that could have easily been an email, that is the exact equivalent of an engine revving in neutral.
Yes.
You're burning gas and exhausting absolutely everyone, but the car isn't moving a single inch.
Precisely. Which really raises a critical question for leadership. I mean, if the problem isn't emotional, but an actual physical leak of energy, then sending an exhausted employee to a wellness retreat is like putting a Band-Aid on a blown gasket.
Yeah, you definitely can't fix a seized engine block by just giving it a nice pep talk.
No, you really can't. And that brings us to what the sources actually call the lexical phase shift.
The lexical phase shift? That sounds intense. What is that exactly?
Well, cognitive science points to this idea of linguistic relativity.
Mm-hmm.
It's the concept that the language we use mathematically restricts what we can actually perceive. So if leaders rely on semantic voids like synergy, their ability to engineer real solutions is just completely stunted.
I see. So to fix this physical leak, we have to stop using unmeasurable poetry. We have to measure human output the exact same way a mechanical engineer measures a motor's output.
Right, through friction, velocity, and heat. We need an entirely new vocabulary. So when a manager stops asking, are you happy? And starts asking where the friction in your workflow is blocking your forward momentum, everything changes.
They stop managing feelings and start removing actual physical obstacles.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And let's look at how that vocabulary shift works in practice with a really common issue, which is burnout.
Oh yeah, burnout is everywhere. And corporate culture usually treats it as this psychological weakness, right? Like something you fix with a mental health day or a pizza party.
Right, but this organizational multiphysics framework calls burnout a dielectric breakdown.
A dielectric breakdown. Okay, wait. I need to call a timeout here. You promised me no metaphors at the top of the show.
I did, and I completely stand by it.
Are you seriously saying the human brain actually acts like a fried electrical circuit? Or is dielectric breakdown just a much cooler way to say burnout?
I mean it. It is genuinely not a metaphor. Biologically, the human nervous system has this insulating layer called the myelin sheath.
Right, the insulation around the nerves.
Exactly. And when you are subjected to excessive, ungrounded operational voltage, which means, constant high alert context switching without any recovery, time stress hormones physically degrade that biological insulation.
Wait, so the myelin sheath actually breaks down?
Yes. It is a literal structural failure of your nervous system. It is not just a temporary emotional slump.
That is absolutely mind-blowing. Honestly, it really validates that physical feeling of being completely fried at work, like you're actually short-circuiting.
And that is exactly what this upcoming series is going to do. It's going to replace all that sociological alchemy with exact mathematical models.
I love that. So we are going to explore how organizations are actual physical systems governed by thermodynamics and how to actually engineer them for true velocity instead of just friction.
Yes, it is going to completely reframe how you operate on a daily basis.
So if you want to change how you view your daily work, you definitely do not want to miss this. Make sure to subscribe to Forced Start of Your Own Game of Fsiis.
And yes, that is pronounced Fsiis, which sounds almost exactly like physics.
Exactly. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single step of this 8-part journey. It's going to be wild.
It really is. I can't wait for everyone to hear it.
But before we go, I want to leave you with a final thought to just observe in your own life today. So take a look around your workplace.
Yeah, really look closely at what everyone is doing.
Ask yourself, are you and your colleagues executing actual forward kinetic movement, or are you just expending massive effort, vibrating in place, generating nothing but waste heat? Keep your signal clear and your friction low.
Start looking for the friction. Start managing the mass and the heat in your own life. And please, stop putting fresh paint on a seized engine block. We'll see you next time.